Hello, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to stop waiting for your desire to show up. We don't want to be waiting for our manifestation to show up. Waiting. When's it going to get here? Where is it? That's not the wish fulfilled. That is not living in the end. So I'm going to talk about what to do instead and how to get out of that waiting energy, because that waiting inner experience is keeping you in the state of the wish unfulfilled. And when you keep feeling like your desire is not here, you keep manifesting more of it not being here. So let's deep dive into this. Before I jump in, I want you to know that all of my courses are on sale for 50 to 90% off. It's a pregnancy celebration sale, so all the links are directly below. We're going to have the sale until Sunday, so if you want those sale prices, you can check all the courses out below. There's so many courses down there. I counted recently. I was like, wow, do I have 19 courses? That's wild. But yeah, there's a lot of courses down there, so check them out. Okay, let's talk about this. Let's talk about the waiting. There's two things I want to talk about, because waiting for your manifestation, there's a way that waiting for your manifestation can be totally neutral and not stop your manifestation from coming. So there's a way that waiting is okay, and then there's a way that waiting is really you saturating yourself in the inner experience of lack. So let's look at those two ways of waiting. The first way, which I was speaking to at the beginning of the video, is this experience of like putting your life on hold until your manifestation gets here, or being obsessed with looking at the 3D reality until it gets here. Where is it? Where is it? Is anything changing? Is anything happening? Micromanaging the minute details of your manifestation, looking day by day to see if any movement is happening. All of that is considered waiting. Now, what's the problem with that? Well, if you're waiting in that energy, you are totally convinced that you aren't the person who has your desire. You are convinced, mostly, we can say you're probably pretty convinced that it's not here, it's not happening. When is it going to happen? You aren't certain that it will happen. That's the point. You're not certain that it will happen. And this is the thing. Your certainty in your manifestation happening is what will bring it to you. When you know something is going to happen, when you know something is yours, when you know it is meant for you, when you know it, you claim it within, it will happen. When you are not convinced, when you are uncertain, when you are insecure, and when you're waiting, putting your life on hold, oh my gosh, a fly just flew by, you are not in the wish fulfilled. Now, how do we, and I'm going to talk about the second waiting in a second, which isn't bad, but how do we deal with this? Your only job as a manifester is to practice the inner experience of living in the end, of embodying the wish fulfilled. I will talk about what that means in a second, over and over again. Your job is to practice imagining, thinking, feeling like you already have your desire. You're using your imagination. In some ways, it may even at times feel like you're pretending in a moment. You're feeling, you're letting your imagination transport you into this new experience, and you're imagining that you are that person. You are doing that over and over and over again, all different ways. There's thousands of techniques you can use. Use all the techniques, but all any technique is ever doing is taking you into a new state of being. The state of being the person who has your desire. That's all you're doing. Now, why are you doing that? Because when you change the way you think, and you change the way you feel, and you change the way you're dominantly imagining yourself to be, what you imagine you will have, when you're doing this inner work, what happens? You literally start to feel different. You literally start to feel like a new person. You can literally start to feel like you're even in the relationship already, or like you have the money, or whatever the end result is. You can start to literally feel like this is already who you are. And it's that inner state, when that becomes a more practice dominant inner state, that will manifest your reality, okay? So there is a waiting that happens when you are actually already embodying the wish fulfilled. And this happens to me a lot when I'm doing manifestation techniques. Or when I'm really deeply manifesting something and I'm already really practicing being in the wish fulfilled. Sometimes I will look to the 3D reality and think to myself, I wonder when it's going to come. Or I wonder when I'll find out about that. Or I wonder how that's going to happen. That's going to be so fun. It's more of a, I wonder what's going to happen. I wonder like when this is going to come. This type of waiting is totally fine for manifesting. I do it almost with every single big manifestation. Now, let's talk about this because this can be confusing. People sometimes think that you have to become delusional to manifest your desires, meaning you have to like totally convince yourself that you already have your desire to manifest it. That's not how manifesting works for me. Hasn't been my experience. My experience is you practice the inner experience of being the person so much, it starts to become very familiar to you. Like, oh, I am this person in the relationship. I love being in this relationship. I feel so loved. It starts to feel familiar to you internally, but you know you're not actually in the relationship yet. You're not delusional. You know it hasn't shown up yet, but you know it's going to show up. You start to feel so certain in the outcome. You just know it's going to happen for you. When you know it's going to happen for you, you might have an experience of waiting like this, like I'm talking about, which is like, I know this is going to happen. I wonder when. I know this is going to happen. I'm so curious. How are they going to show up? It's more of a certainty that your result will happen. Certainty that your manifestation will happen, and a curiosity or a playfulness around, I wonder when it will happen. This is totally fine. Like I said, I've done this probably with every big manifestation ever. It's more of the putting your life on hold and truly just waiting around, hoping, wishing it will be different. That's not you embodying the state of the wish fulfilled. That's not you doing the one step that's required for manifesting. It's not. And so through my perspective, there really is just one step. That is the step of thinking and feeling like you already have your desire. You do it so much that you actually start to believe. You know, some people get like freaked out by the belief thing. Like, do I have to believe? If you want to manifest 100% of the time, like, and become a true master, you are creating belief. That's what you're leading yourself towards. Any techniques you're doing a technique because it will lead you towards belief. And this is why doing deeper techniques is really important. Saying words in your mind that don't make you feel different aren't really changing you. You're just like rattling off things up here and it's like not really doing anything to you. You want to be doing techniques so that they actually change your state of being. And what that means is they in the moment make you feel like a new person. Because the more you practice being that new person, the closer you are to truly being that new person. And that's when the manifestation comes to you. So this is my deep dive, we might say, or this is my experience with waiting. I hope it helps you out. If you want to join any of my courses for 50 to 90% off, the sale is going to until Sunday, and you can click the links below. Thanks so much for being here. I'll see you soon. Bye.